You go to LinkedIn to make an impression. It's where you share accomplishments, goals, and insight. So how do you see yourself on LinkedIn? Are you uber professional, sharing mostly work-related articles and recruiting opportunities? Are you interest-based, posting industry articles and motivation pieces? Or are you a content leader, creating quality content on a variety of topics and building conversation? No matter where you find your place on LinkedIn, you want to be sure that you're managing a premium profile. Only 51% of LinkedIn users have a complete profile, but users with complete profiles are 40% more likely to receive opportunities through the LinkedIn network. The main reason to have a complete profile is to be sure that you show up when the LinkedIn algorithm does its math. When other users, potentially recruiters, are searching, you want to be sure that your profile shows up in their results at the right time. LinkedIn ranks their results using these factors: profile completeness, connections in common, or friends that you share, connection by degree, how closely you're connected, or groups that you share. Basically, without a complete profile, you become invisible to searchers. So what do you need to have a complete profile? Let's start with the basics. You need a name. Stray away from crazy nicknames. Just use what you're commonly and professionally known as. A headline. This is important. You've got 120 characters to summarize who you are, what you offer, and why you are valuable. Get creative and be succinct. A profile picture. This should not be your high school prom photo or a picture of you on the beach in Mexico. It needs to be a professional representation of you. Show a high-quality, clean photo that shows your face clearly. Adding a professional photo can result in 14 times more profile views. Your industry and your location. This one can get a little tricky. Your industry choice should come easy if you know exactly where you are or where you'd like to be. But if you're on the job hunt or in a temporary position, try to choose an industry that's flexible with your skills or aligns the most with your goals. Also, be sure to use your current location and update it as you move. Education. Be sure to include information about what education you have completed, what degrees or specifications you've earned, and what years you did so. Your skills. Include at least 3. It never hurts to have more. The more skills you have, the more likely other users are to endorse you. Endorsements do nothing but make you look like a pro. LinkedIn members that add skills to their profile receive 13 times more profile views. Your current position. Be sure to include a description for this. Your description should be present tense and brief, but descriptive of the work you specifically do. Previous positions. You need at least 2. If you're running low on previous job experience, use internships, leadership, volunteer work, or anything like that until you build up your resume. Connections. You need at least 50 to be considered a complete profile. Browse the suggested connections. Connect with colleagues, former and present, fellow students, friends, industry professionals that you think you could learn from. 68% of LinkedIn members use the platform to connect with past business associates. With all of these profile parts complete, you can slow down a bit. There are a lot of other optional sections to add, like volunteer work, recommendations, accomplishments, projects, or interests. But you should take some time to decide how to craft those sections to make you stand out. And remember, 66% of companies hire based on experience. With all of your posts, previous and current work information, location, colleagues, and more, you're putting a lot of information out there. To stay safe on LinkedIn, put some time into mastering your professional privacy. LinkedIn does collect certain information from you and about you, and some of this can be shared with other businesses. Much of the information is based on opt-in forms and information imports, so you have control. The new LinkedIn website demographics tracking tool shares activity information and professional details from its users with the businesses that run campaigns through LinkedIn. This is primarily for marketers to learn from the analytics of the platform. And finally, in terms of sharing with the other 562 million users on LinkedIn, there are 3 main settings you should pay attention to. Activity broadcasts. This can be turned on and off and controls whether your connections will see your activity, like changes to your profile or pages that you like. Privacy settings. You can be a LinkedIn ghost, an anonymous member, or you can share it all. The choice is yours. Connections. Do you want other people to see who you're connected with? You can decide if you'd like to keep this private. It's pretty easy to keep your information private because LinkedIn leaves you in control. The more you share, the more likely you are to be seen. And with over 26 million companies and 15 million active job listings on LinkedIn, you definitely want to be seen. Now, are you convinced that you can and should set up a complete profile on your LinkedIn? If not, here's some final motivation. 45% of individuals making over $75,000 a year use LinkedIn. 37% of all millionaires in the US use LinkedIn. And 9 out of 10 recruiters turn to LinkedIn when looking for job candidates.